Hi everyone, Shane here. Hope you're all well, alive and kicking. Quiet, well it was quiet when I started this video, but everything seems to have got suddenly noisy. Birds in the background, one of my neighbours is drilling, but we've got to go with the flow. Today is an exclusive air rifle video. On the box here I'll let you have a closer look in a minute. There's no information that I can find at the moment online regarding this gun, and John, very kindly, John who lent me his HW110 Virak, got in touch with me and asked me if I wanted to do an unboxing of his new gun he was waiting to be delivered. And this is it. There's no information on these whatsoever online at the moment. Got a bit of a frog in my throat, I do apologise. John got in touch with me to say that he'd ordered a new gun, and it'd be a bit of an exclusive video because nobody else has done one, so mine is likely to be the very first one. I can't give 100% information on the gun because I can't really find, other than the owner's manual, which I'll show you a close-up of in a moment, that I can't find much info on. But I thought it was imported by SMK, but John tells me that they own MILBRO. They bought MILBRO out. So I don't know all the ins and outs regarding the company, MILBRO or SMK. That probably I should know by now since I review guns, but if anybody can fill me in on any information regarding this gun, please feel free in the comments to put it in. And also my last video, the BSA R10 Mark II, which Lewis kindly borrowed me as well. I got it wrong on there when I said about the BSA logo on the stock. I think I said British Small Arms. In actual fact, it's Birmingham Small Arms. Somebody corrected me, so thank you for that. I don't script my videos, and I've got a memory like a blooming, well, like a sift. So the things that I should say, one day I'm going to have to get a script to read off, and then you'll see me eyes going from left to right, and I'll have no excuse for jumbling my words or saying the wrong things. But either way, this is a new gun on the market. It's sub £400. I think he paid something, I think it was in the region of about £360 UK pounds. He got a gun and a scope. Not this scope, he's never bothered putting the scope. I think the scope is actually in the box that you get with a gun, but he wasn't impressed with the scope. But you're only going to get so much for that sort of money. It's a budget gun at the end of the day. I do think it's I do think the pictures, it will be better with just a gun on. From what I know, I'm supposed to stay neutral and unbiased in these sort of videos, and say how good things are. I don't get paid by YouTube, I don't get paid by anybody. I've never even received a free tin of pellets off anybody. So for anyone who watches these videos thinking you make thousands, turns out Google, an American company that own or run YouTube, they don't give advertising for anything that's gun related. So since my videos have started, I've never made a penny. That's why hopefully you should never see any adverts in my videos. So I'm sorry to go on about that boring tripe, but I thought I'd let you know, because people have mixed ideas and conceptions that you make these videos and make loads of money. Not on guns, you don't. So there you go. Never made a penny. I do it for the love of, and because I'm getting older, I'll try and well, I try and learn new things on computers and keeping up to date on the latest gear and spec what comes out. I don't do a very good job of it, mind you. But right, I'll get in and zoom in on the gun and tell you some details, and then I will go to my daughter's and shoot it. However, I'm not sure how accurate the gun's going to be, because John hasn't really tried lots of pellets through it, and the way the weather is, it does look like it's going to rain at any point. There is a little bit of gusts of wind every now and again, and I don't think the shot count is that high on this. I don't know how big the cylinder is. I've looked in the book, but I can't find it. It's not going to have a high shot count, but it is, apparently it is regulated, the gun is. So let's have a closer look at the gun. Hopefully on this video I've got the top of my head in, because the camera I'm shooting with, I can't see the monitor on it. So it was all pre-guesswork, and sometimes, as I say, my words don't come out right. My guesswork with this filming doesn't go right. So on the last video, the top of my head was missing. So hopefully on this one, my head's been in. Right, and we'll whip the camera around, we'll have a close look at this gun and see what we think. So starting with the box, it appears there's a police marksman in action with a gun. I think that's a bit optimistic somehow. The police marksman's using a 177 air rifle to take down people. It's quite funny. But there you go. I'd have probably, if I'd have designed that box, I probably would have left the police marksman out of it, but there you have it. What can I say? You come to your own conclusion on that one. But that's the box, and it tells you there's a 3x9x40 scope and mounts included, multi-shot regulated PCP air rifle, full length real world stock, integrated sound moderator, adjustable cheek piece, Weaver Picatinny rails, 177 and .22. And down here he's got in an old pellet tin. It's a 9-shot magazine. I don't know if it comes with a single shot. I forgot to ask him that, but I will put it on screen somewhere when I find the information out. But we've got this 9-shot. There's 2 of these you get with the gun. I have got one somewhere else that's full of pellets ready for action. And this is the probe, the refill probe, and I'll show you where that goes in a moment. We'll have a closer look at the gun. They supply the probe and the instruction manual. Milbro Guardian air rifle owner's manual. So we'll get the box out of the way and we'll have a good look at the gun and see what we think. So looking at the gun from the left side, it's quite loose, this is, and normally they're very tight these. This is your access point to stick your probe in to recharge the gun. There's a hole for your probe, and it's round down here somewhere where you put the probe in, but very loose that is. Never mind. As I said, a rail on the side for accessories, and one underneath and one on the opposite side. And then here you've got your logo, SMK. But generally not bad for the money. I've seen a lot worse for below £400, but I guess it's how the gun shoots. So while I'm talking, I'll put the length on screen. I'll measure the gun, and I'll go to my daughter's and see how it functions on the range. But it won't give its best performance, as I say. We've not done any, or John's not done any pellet testing. I haven't really got the time to shoot 100 shots, and I've got no way of refilling the gun. So let's have a closer look at the stock, shall we, and have a look at the gun. I would say the stock is what you'd expect for a gun of this price. There's some rough parts to it where the staining's not up to perfection, I would say. Around here it's a bit lighter, and around there it's a bit lighter. Bit of a mark there, look. I don't know if John's done that or if that was on the gun when he got it, but you undo these 2 little plastic bolts, and you can lower and raise your cheek piece, and that's got like a little pattern on it. Overall it's not bad. There's a nice bit of rubber at the back end of the gun that you can't quite see, but a nice soft spongy shoulder pad there. Nice and grippy. I have shouldered the gun and it actually does feel well balanced. It's a bit heavy. I'll have to try and find in the book what they claim the weight of the gun is. And it's got a lovely thumb hole stock there, which you can use. You get good purchase on that, and you can have your thumb up if that's the way you shoot, or thumb down. But reminds me of my HW97, the way that feels. It feels perfect for my hand. Personally, I'm not keen on the bolt action. He says you have to give that a bit of welly to pull it back till it goes with a click, because the gun's new and the mechanism's all new. It's quite mechanical, and that is very similar to a few videos ago when I tested the RTI Priest 2 that a friend Dan borrowed me, and that was a similar clunk clunk clunk, and not my cup of tea, to be honest. I prefer a nice smooth side action loading gun, but everyone to their own. We all have different preferences. Nice bit of checker in there, and it is quite grippy. Now, a bit I'm confused about personally is they've got this Picatinny rail here, and obviously the barrel is enclosed in this square section, where the muffling happens to quieten the gun down. And I wouldn't say the gun is that quiet personally. It's nowhere near as quiet as my my NPO2. I'd say it's a bit on the noisy side, so whether there's anything missing inside there or this is how they come, I'm not sure, because there's no other guns to reference. This is the first one, probably the first one that anybody's going to see. What this Picatinny rail's doing across the top, I haven't got a clue, because you wouldn't want to put any accessory directly in front of the scope lens. That'll definitely obscure your vision. Getting to the trigger, I don't know if it's adjustable, but I haven't shot the gun yet, so I don't know how responsive it is. But this is your safety mechanism here. It's not an automatic safety. It doesn't come on every time you cock the gun, or so I don't believe anyway. And then you pull it across to lock it, and there is a fire. There is one what says, there it is, you can't see it very well in this light. There's a little red circle there that you can clearly see now. Well, I say clearly see, it's not that clear actually in poor lighting. But safe, shoot, and there's a red circle, so that's on safe. Plastic trigger guard. I'm not sure if the trigger's plastic or if it's, as I say, if it's adjustable even. I will put information on the screen while I'm talking. MILBRO, a UK company since 1887. A new one on me. And in the breech there, where your magazine goes, there's a little tiny ball bearing. Hopefully you can see that. Let's try and zoom in a little bit. There's a little tiny ball bearing that I presume locates on the locates to stop your magazine flying straight through and to keep it nice and steady. So yeah, the confusing part about this gun to me is because it's got the Picatinny style rail there at the top, I would have thought it would have gone all the way back and continued the same, but it doesn't. It goes into a dovetail here, this short piece. So I take it that's just to finish the design off, so it's not just a bland flat top. And then you've got these little gaps here. It's all about styling, I would imagine. But you've got a Picatinny rail here, one underneath and one on the other side, so you can put accessories, I don't know, a laser light or bipods. We'll show you the manometer. That's at the end there, and it's almost full. And I think you'll get about 50 or 60 good shots. Now I would have expected more. I don't know how big the air cylinder is or how far back it goes. John tells me the barrel ends. It ends about 4 inches from the end of the actual plastic shroud. He says that's somewhere there is where the barrel finishes. But it's an interesting gun and it's different, and it's new on the market, so I'm sure somebody somewhere will like this style of gun. And there's that much choice at the moment to go for relating to guns. There's bullpups, carbines, full length, side lever, bolt action. There's an awful lot to go for. And right, we'll spin the gun round and we'll have a look at it from the other side. I shall shoot probably around 20 shots, somewhere like that, a couple of targets. And it's sort of an overview for anybody looking at these sort of guns, to give them some ideas on what you get. So, right, over to my daughter's garden. I guess that's not too bad. A 10p job would cover that. 31 yards with those pellets that were already loaded in the magazine that John previously loaded. So I've not even had to load the pellets or supply the pellets. So thank you very much, John, for letting me have a few shots with your gun. I can feel the odd raindrop at the moment, so I'm going to call it a day because the camera I'm filming on is not waterproof and I don't want it going a tater. It's a cold day, it's about 9 degrees, but my hands are feeling it, and that bolt action on the gun is very positive, hard, mechanical thing to use. It's not my sort of cup of tea of guns. I like a nice smooth side lever action, but everyone to their own. I'm sure somebody will appreciate the mechanical side of the gun. And as I say, that's not too bad, that circle. It's about the size of a 10p. I think when I get home I'll see what it is. I'm not sure till I watch the video if there's 8 or 9. There should be 9 shots there, and as suspected, 10p covers it. 31 yards, not too bad. Thanks for watching, everyone. Any comments, or if you know a bit about these guns, there's not many people going to have much information on them, please put it in the comments, or correct me if I'm wrong about anything. But you all take care till the next one. I have got 2 or 3 guns lined up to review that have never been on my channel before, and I hope you enjoyed this short video. Take care. Bye for now.